So let me start by saying that climate change is the single most important issue that any school of architecture and planning can address in the near term and, frankly, for the next 100 years.
Understanding how buildings react to the climate around them has been something that we have thought about in architecture throughout human history.
Whole communities can quite literally be wiped off the map in one moment. The variables and the issues are so complex and interdependent on one another that there isn't a clear-cut, simple solution.
In the past, we've used 30 years of climate data to try to understand what a typical climate might be for any given year. But as the climate begins to warm, we begin to see more extremes, both in terms of high temperatures and low temperatures and things like precipitation.
One of the first things we started looking into was how to quantify the impacts that climate hazards have on buildings. Downstate deals a lot more with hurricanes, being close to the sea, and up in western New York with the Great Lakes presents a different set of challenges in its own.
Hurricane Sandy was definitely one of the biggest events to ever impact New York State. But when we look at the hazards that repeat in New York State, like flooding, that's something that's actually affected all 62 counties of New York State.
I've been really impressed with how the research teams have developed a way of thinking about resiliency on the planet, but in specifics to New York State. The NYSERDA grant has enabled us to look very concretely at a large number of strategies that deal with everything from the window to the foundation to the places of refuge and emergency management.
Learning the systems that go inside, just basic systems that are in every building, but learning how they work passively as well, so we don't always rely on a mechanical system.
Hopefully people see that by introducing green building or resilient strategies into building now, we can actually save our economy in the future a tremendous amount of money.
It's definitely important to have the next generation included in this conversation. I mean, they're the ones who are really going to be doing a lot of this work, and they need to be the ones involved from the start.
You don't have to compromise high design quality for these different strategies in terms of designing buildings. I think they should go hand in hand, and I think that's an important way to move forward in the future.
There is no more important issue than remediating and/or building more resilient places for people. That's at the core of our experience as architects.